Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn about the neural tissues and the nervous tissues. First of all, why these neural tissues and nervous tissues are important. Basically the cells are so much specialized because they becomes basically stimulated, and the cells of these neural tissues transmit the stimulus, basically the message, very rapidly from one place to another within the body. What the term this stimulus means, these are the mainly the messages. If you take an example, that if you pinch your skin by yourself, the pain of this here will receive your message and then moves to our brain, and the brain give you command to that portion where the skin is affected or get pinched. Then the brain will give the command, and the react according to the situation. Now these cells are basically called the nerve cells and the neurons, and these are mainly present in the brain and spinal cord, or also in the nerve regions. The neurons act as basically a postman in the body that delivers the message accurately, or the brain act as the post office where all the messages or all the stimulus get collected there, and which controls how the message will be delivered or which are delivered. Now, which what are responsible for these? Basically these neurons or the nerve cells are responsible for this collecting messages or delivering messages in our body. Now if you look at the diagram of the neuron, there are so many structures. Basically this root like structures called the dendrites. Here is the nucleus at the center, and the nucleus is surrounded by the cell body, and this is basically a pipeline that is called by the axon. This basically send messages from this nodes of Ranvier, axons, myelin sheaths and axon terminals. We will look at each and every part. Basically a neuron consists of a cell body, as we already seen here, and an axon. Basically this link that is connected to the another nerve cell dendrites is the axon. The cell body or the cytone contains the nucleus. This cell body contains the nucleus, and here the portion is filled with cytoplasm. The axon elongated from the cell body and many branches into dendrites. Like this is the structure of an axon, and it's get divided into various branches, and these branch like structures are called the dendrites. What are the functions of these dendrites? They basically collect or receive information or messages from the axon of an adjacent neuron and conduct it toward the cell body. It basically receive the messages received from the dendrites and give it to the cell body. Now axons, basically these axons these axons are basically conduct messages away from the cell body. Now the turn comes that the messages are delivered, or the messages have been received through dendrites, and these messages have been sent forward by the axons. Now what these cell bodies actually do? They basically contains nucleus, mitochondria and some other organelles, and it is basically concerned about the maintenance of the cells and growth of the cell. Now there is an insulated sheath that surround the axon of a neuron. This is the sheath, or a box like structure that basically surrounds these axons, and these sheaths are called by the name of myelin sheath. It consists of a fat containing cells. This dot like structure is basically a fat containing cells inside this myelin sheath, and these cells are called the Schwann cells and helps in the fast transmission of nerves impulses. Now this myelin sheath is basically not continuous over the axon and have some gaps between it. we will look here that at the every boxes, between the two boxes there are gaps. These gaps are basically called by the name nodes of Ranvier. Now, gaps between these two adjacent myelin sheaths is called by the name of nodes of Ranvier. Now in the second part of the video we will going to understand the parts of a neuron. Till then, thanks for watching.